Okay, the test is created. Now we need to publish it so it's available for the students over the local area network. So we're going to go up to the File menu and down to Publish To, and we're going to publish it to the test player on the local area network. I like to limit access to students in my class. I do want it to launch ExamView Test Manager once I'm finished publishing it. Okay. Now it automatically is saving it to the student shared drive, which is the W. Let me go back up, get that pop up. Okay. It's my W drive, which is student shared drive, Thomas Business NOAC samples. I have a folder called ExamView Pro Exams, which has the proper permissions for students to be able to write to the test. So that's important. You have to have tech services set up a similar folder for you in order for your students to be able to take the test. Okay? So I am going to, I already have it saved, so I'm going to give it a new name, or excuse me, the same name, and I'm going to replace it. Okay, so it's saved, it's published to the student shared drive. So now my test manager is opening up, and I'm going to go back into my class, and I need to schedule the assignment. So in the lower part of your screen, click on New Assignment. Give it a name. We want in step 2, online test delivered over local area network. Okay. Now we have to locate where the test lives, and the test lives on the W drive. I probably could set that default setting so I don't have to go through this part. Okay, so W, Thomas Business NOAC samples, ExamView Pro Exams. That's where it lives, and it's called Access Study Guide 1. Now, because I'm setting this up as a study guide, I'm going to allow students to take the tests multiple times, and I also want to be able to take the test over multiple sessions. Okay, in step 4, I'm going to enter a password. The password is for any student that is having trouble with their password or who doesn't already have a password, which is their student ID. Okay? Now, you do have the choice of allowing students an unlimited amount of time. Because it is a study guide, that is what I'm going to pick, but if it were a normal test, I would not do that. Okay, now we're going to select the question presentation order, and I usually like to scramble them if I'm giving a test, but because it's a study guide, I'm going to display the questions in the same order. In step 8, you can either have them check their responses or not. If it's a normal test, I would not allow them to check the responses. And then you also have a choice whether or not you just show the score at the end or a detailed report. And then you finish. Okay, once the students take the test, we will return here to retrieve their results. Okay, so we'll take a break for a minute. Okay, once you have your test manager all set and the test created and published to the local area network, students will be using the ExamView Pro test player to take the test. So they will go into ExamView Player. They have to type in their name and their student ID. And then they have to navigate to where the test is. So they have to go over to W. find where you published it to. Now, any tests that are for them should pop up. Okay, so Access Study Guide 1 is the one that we want. Their password, again, is their student ID. And they click on Start. Okay, they can either click the buttons over here. I'm not going to read the questions. I'm just going to go through the test very quickly. This is the next arrow to take you to the next question. They can click on these radio dials over on the left. Okay, they can also type with the keyboard. Maybe not. Ignore that. Okay, so they can't type in the responses. Okay, we have multiple choice. I think this is when you can use the keyboard. I'm going to try hitting the keyboard. Yes, you can hit the keyboard for multiple choice responses. All right. All right, now this is a completion question. And I'll just put in something random. Okay, so that is my 8th question. If I left a question undone, you can go to the Go To button over here on the left, and it will pull up all of the questions. And if any have a red dot next to them, it means they have not been answered. Okay, so when they are finished, they're going to click on End. And this is their report. Because mine will be a study guide, I will want the students to be able to print it out. And it's nice because if they get the answer correct, it's a green check. If they get it wrong, it's a red X. And they give them the correct answer. Okay, so this serves as a great study guide, or, you know, if they do want a copy of the test. And then they may print it or simply exit. Once your students have taken the test, you're going to return to the ExamView Test Manager, and to retrieve their results, go up to the Get Results from LandTest button and click on it, and it's all scored for you. If you want to convert it from points to percentages, you can click on this button right here. If you want to go in and see the assignment, you can build a report to see the student results. Okay. Also, if there are any questions, that you need to review, you can double click on their score, and you can go down and you can see the student responses. The student response here was, I don't know. Okay, if you want to view the question, click on View Question, and you can change any of the scores here, so you do have that ability. Okay, that's about it. Enjoy the program, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. Thank you.